this, right?
Yeah.
Be louder, please.
Yeah.
I said this is a spousal protection story first and foremost. I said what we're looking for is clients age 65 plus, married with an IRA. Does anybody come to mind?
Yes.
Next week, and if they do, awesome. I'll write their names here.
Okay.
Most of the times they don't, honestly.
Okay.
But they're still writing it. So I said, but when we're going through this story, don't picture me sitting here. Picture telling this story to a husband and wife, right? At age 70 years old, what happens with all those IRA dollars? 70
RMDs.
RMDs, right? You have to take it out. You know what the RMD percentage is for a 70-year-old?
365.
Exactly. Wow, you're really good. It's 3.65%. Does it stay flat or does it go up?
Goes up.
Exponentially, right? The government wants your money. My favorite age, it hits 10% at age 93. Do you think you have a good chance of some of your clients hitting age 93?
Yes.
So there's a good chance you're going to be pulling out 93%. And this is what every single RMD curve is going to look like for every IRA you have. Can we agree, and especially in the bank world, there's nothing that's going to yield between 365 and 10%? Right? So if we say our account value is going to look like that, don't let it hit zero because I got called out on that because it actually won't hit zero because it's like diminishing proportions.
Okay.
But I stop it like right there.
Okay.
We agree our account value is going to look like that. Absolutely, right?
Yeah.
So what happens when the husband passes away right there? He's had the best intentions, right? He has this IRA, it's set aside for his spouse. He wants to take out the absolute bare minimum to leave her as much as possible. He just passed away and left her $25 grand on a $100,000 investment. Now she has to make a decision of how she's going to make that last her life, right? Some places will refill the bucket. Do you think he wants her to have to make any kind of decision on what she's going to do with this money? No, he wants to set it and forget it, right? So the way we position this is let's guarantee them both 5% right out of the gate. Even when RMDs exceed 5%, it doesn't matter. It's not going to reduce the spouse's benefit. So if you're sitting with a husband and wife, I can tell you to the penny what you're going to receive for both of your lives. 5%. Right?
Okay.
Sorry. Here's where this gets really fun. Let's say, God forbid, and I would have teed this up with in the questions, do you use long-term care?
Right.
So long-term care insurance. You said that you do or you don't, but the biggest problem that I see is that most clients don't want to carve out 50 or 100 grand just for LTC. So why not take the same benefit and leverage it for long-term care? No additional fees, no underwriting. One of those clients goes into a nursing home, we're going to automatically double that withdrawal at 10%, guaranteed for life in that nursing home. Now, if we're pulling out 10 and charging 3 in fees, can we agree that this is going to go to zero? Absolutely, right? Good news is it doesn't matter. It's a no-lapse benefit. It doesn't mean anything. It sounds awesome. I love it.
Let me say, well, what's a no-lapse benefit? Oh, because you're not going to lapse in coverage. Okay.
Meaning that if the account value hits zero, this is still guaranteed for life.
Okay.
And let's say he passes away in a nursing home, take it right back down to the original 5 for the spouse.
Okay.
Or maybe he doesn't use it.
Sure.
He passes away, she goes into a nursing home. Now she's getting a 10% withdrawal off of her husband's deceased $0 balance IRA. How powerful of a story is that? It's a simple story, right? But let's take this back for a second. I said we were looking for age 65 plus, right? Every single year that we wait, we're going to grow this by 5% compound. And that's literally our entire story without ever having to have a brochure or type or anything. It's 5 up, it's 5 out, and it's 10 into a nursing home. I call it 5, 5, 10. It has a much longer, fancier name, but that's what I call it. That's what my internal calls it. I don't really do the IRA JRA thing anymore. It's kind of cheesy, I think.
Yeah.
But I think it's still a good story. I say that's our entire story. Now, I'll ask them if they've heard of Buy for Life, because some have. This is the first part of the equation.
Okay.
At Lincoln, we have something that we keep in our back pocket. This is where the majority of the inflows. This is where the majority of the inflows go, right? But we do have something extra special. I just want to show you. It's important to understand that you know what it does, not how it works. It's called I for Life, and the easiest way to show you how it works is to compare it to a normal withdrawal benefit.
Okay, so this is where you do the traditional VA versus us, $1 million, 70-year-old qualified male.
Yep.
It's like 50,000 or whatever, 61,000.
So here, I'll show you how I tie it in.
Okay.
So $1 million, and I realize we don't have a ton of $1 million IRA clients, right, that are 70 years old, but that makes my math real simple.
Right.
So average VA out there for a 7-year-old, we're going to pay you how much in your first year in income?
Right, 5%.
Something I started doing too, because people got confused. I put this down here now too. 50 grand, right? 5%. I for Life, because we're age-based, we're going to pay you 61. It's 11 grand more.
Do you bust out the income calculator on that?
No, absolutely not.
All right.
Why is it 61,000? It's an actuarial calculation. The older you are, the more you get.
Okay.
Can we agree that we won year number 1?
Yes.
Absolutely, right? The worst thing that can possibly happen to anybody taking income out of an annuity is to hit a down market right out of the gate, right? That can destroy retirement. Everybody knows that. It's becoming pretty well known fact now. Let's say just a moderate, not moderate, but a pretty steep down year of, God, I'm in bad shape. $750 grand, a 20% down year, right? We go down to 750. How much do we pay in year 2 in the VA?
5%.
Right, 50. That's the beauty of these things. They don't go down.
Right.
I for Life, and my competitors will be more than happy to point out to you, has a downside. It goes down in down markets. The good news for your 70-year-old, your worst case, is their best case.
I like
so
that.
50 grand. Now, where we really start to step out is on the rebound, right? What usually happens after a big down market? Get a rebound, right? Let's say we bump this up to 850 grand. And this is the part that some people stumble on. How much are we going to pay over here? 50 grand,
Yeah.
right? Because every other solution out there, you have to get this back above this. This took a 14%.
Okay, so you do that also.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Market return. I'm not telling you that the account value grew by 14%, otherwise I'd be selling you Allianz. I'm saying this took a 14% investment return to get your account value up to 850. We have a built-in 4% hurdle. How much did we beat that hurdle by? 10%, right?
Yeah.
We bumped you up to $55,000, a $5,000 raise. Now, the thing that's trying to get people to understand is every single annuity out there, you have to overcome your withdrawal to get back to square one every single year. With Lincoln, we're the only company where the income you take doesn't work against you getting a raise. It doesn't impede your future income. You don't need to get back to square one. Say we continue that bullish run, right? We get up to 950, we're going to bump you up to about 59 grand. Over here, we're still at 50. Now, where this gets really fun, let's pretend for a second this was non-qualified money. We're going to throw in an extra column here thanks to some special tax treatment we have with the IRS on tax-free. I'm terrible. For this 70-year-old, every single year, we're going to pay them $45,000 back tax-free. We paid them $61,000. They got a 1099 for 16 grand. That's where I pull that out. This is a 70-year-old with $240,000. We paid him 14 grand. He paid taxes on 3. Let them look that over and they usually like it. So, I for Life, what it does, more income now, much more income after down markets, and it's a layup on non-qualified net money. My struggle is this is not a simple story.
Right.
And I get every advisor to admit that. Let's go back to what we originally started with, right? I said we're looking for 65 years old, husband and wife, married. Focus on what's important to them now. We're going to grow this thing at 5% every single year while they wait. They get to age 70, we're going to give them a couple different options. Maybe they just want to take out RMDs. Awesome, we can do that. It's an RMD-friendly benefit. Maybe they're ready for their 5. We can do that too. God forbid they're already in a nursing home 70. Guess what? We have 10% for nursing home because they've already been in the contract 5 years. But let's say something unforeseen happened, right? Somebody's pension got eliminated, which is entirely possible. Market took a huge downturn. We need to ramp this up. We need to get as much income out as possible. Lincoln allows you at any time to bring in I for Life. We're going to take what we grew at 5%. We're going to pay you 6.1% in the first year with a 5% floor. And if we're lucky enough this is non-qualified, a big chunk's coming back tax-free too. You never have to discuss this with your client because the second thing, the statement does it for you. So this is a 5-5-10 statement. It says right on here, if you start I for Life today, this is what we'll pay you. You're never ever going to have to do it. So think about this for you as an advisor.
Let me get another copy of that.
Yep. So think about this as for you as an advisor. You start taking that 5% withdrawal. 2008 happens. We hit a down market. Guess what? You send in the I for Life form. You beat 4% the next year. You just got a raise. Gives you a do-over as the advisor as well. So we're not always going to be the most aggressive benefit out there like we are right now. It's just not where Lincoln likes to play. I can tell you that with 100% certainty. We're not always going to be that guy. What will always make our 5-5-10 better than the 6-6-12 or whatever the next great thing to come out is the ability at any time down the road to switch over to I for Life, and nothing can keep up with that. Give me your business.